host, Morello Kane, trichologist, speaker, author. Love, I'm a hair expert. Here today with this beautiful guest. How are you, Miss Ebun Ajayi? How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am great, Ebun. So, Ebun, you have some great things going on in your life right now. So, can you please share with our community all of the great things that you have going on?
Yeah, definitely. And first and foremost, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here today. So happy to speak with all of you. So happy to be speaking with all of you today as well. I'm a senior in college. I attend Princeton University. I'm studying public and international affairs. So last year, finishing up right now.
Wow. Oh, how exciting.
Thank you. Definitely looking forward to whatever is coming next. More recently, I've authored a book, Smile Big Sis, The Girl's Guide for Navigating Teenagehood with Confidence and Joy. And that's really just to help empower girls and hopefully be a voice of empowerment and encouragement for girls in this generation, in this day and age, when so many girls are just struggling with insecurity and confidence and things like that. So just a little bit of what's going on right now.
But love, you should definitely be celebrating. And so that goes right into our topic about, so today we're going to talk about the trends of beauty and how that's affecting mental health. I mean, truly it is. And so in a society right now, we know that mental health, everyone is talking about it.
Right.
We should be. It needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
And so there's a lot of body shaming, social media. There's so many different platforms.
Right.
And so, your age group, right now, a lot of girls are online on social media and truly being affected mentally with this.
Right.
Now, are you seeing this at all?
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely one of the reasons why I wrote the book, because what I see amongst girls that I'm mentoring, that I'm talking to, is that they're so involved and so plugged into their phones. And what happens is, I don't know if it's just social media itself that's the problem, but it's the comparison. Like social media, it's, it's a highlight reel. It's not the most accurate reflection of our society. People post their best selves on there, or even their edited selves. Not everything on there is real, right? But people are so plugged into it, they're looking at it, and they look at themselves, and they're like, oh no, am I not good enough? Am I not pretty enough? Am I not cute enough? Whatever it is, right? And there's so much comparison, and there's so much this insecurity, and everyone wants to be validated. I think that at a young age, it's very normal to want to be validated and accepted, but oftentimes on social media, that leads to comparison and insecurity and feeling like you're just not good enough. And it's not true. Girls need to know, everyone needs to know that they're enough and they're beautiful and they're perfect as they are, but oftentimes when we're so wrapped up in these images and in these things that may not even be real, it's hard to see that, it's hard to internalize the beauty in you.
And it is. That goes right into the body shaming.
Right.
Like you said, comparison yourself.
Yeah.
Truly, when you on social media and you see all of these great things going on, and even for yourself, attending Princeton, the simple fact that you're an author at what age?
I'm 21.
and so, being an author, truly a young entrepreneur, do you struggle yourself at times when you go on social media and you're like, okay, oh my God, this person is like my age and they're doing all these great things. When you were in elementary, were there times where you were struggling?
Right, and I think what I'd say is that learning to love yourself is something that I think we're going to have to do our entire lives. Like, there's never a point where you get it and you're perfect and you're set for life, but it's something where you have to always be investing in yourself. You always have to eat, you can't just eat one meal and be good for the rest of the year, right? You need to eat every single day. And I think it's the same way with loving yourself and appreciating who you are, where it's something that you have to do over time. So definitely, I still have times where I struggle, but I've learned how to compartmentalize. I've learned how to take care of myself. That way those things are not holding me back, right?
Exactly.
So talking about social media, I am not on there all the time.
Really? Wait a second now. Being at 21, not on social media. And I know that you're not the only one, but we're talking about there are millions your age on social media. How are you able to separate yourself?
Well, I think it's understanding kind of what role can it play in my life? And I want to make sure that social media and everything that I'm consuming is for good, right? The same way that you want to eat healthy food, you want to take in positive things. So with social media, I'm like, how can I use it for good? And I think for me, for good is one, not wasting my time on it, right? So, spending there scrolling for an hour when I have schoolwork to do, that in and of itself is the reason to not get on there, right? But then I also realized I got an Instagram when I was in 8th grade. My brothers were like, don't do it. So I did it. Everyone was on Instagram.
Your brothers were like, don't do it.
I'm the youngest, right? So they're very protective. And they're like, no, that causes issues. And I was like, no, they're just being annoying brothers, right? But no, they were right.
Yes.
They were right.
Yes.
On Instagram, at that tender age, I was starting to compare myself. I was starting to look.
That's right.
I wanted to get liked by all the cute guys. Like, it was things like that.
Absolutely.
Right. And so when that wasn't happening, I started to wonder, like, oh no, like, what's going on?
Yes.
And I think what also happens was, you know, when you're a teenager, when you're young, you're trying to find yourself. You're trying to find who you are, to find your voice. But sometimes what you see on social media may be praising things that are not who you are.
That's right.
And there's this conflict where it's like, I'm this person, but what I'm seeing that's cool and that's appreciated and that's, you know, really well liked is not me. And you have to start wondering.
Yes.
Right. Are you going to be yourself? Or are you going to change to be this person, right?
Wow.
And it's a hard thing when you're trying to find yourself.
That's right. That's
right.
right.
I think for me, like, there was a little bit of confusion during that time where it's like, oh, like I want to find myself, you know. But I got through it because I had a support system, I had community, right? But for many girls, they often are trying to compare themselves and they end up changing to fit that mold. And so that's why I realized at a young age that, you know, social media, being on there all the time is not good for me.
Right.
So I'm careful with my consumption of it.
But it's crazy because you understand this at 21. I know women my age and I'm not going to disclose that, but I'm talking about they are struggling. They have no understanding at where you are at. And so now you said something. The community, that support.
Yes.
Okay, how important is it to have that support?
I cannot emphasize enough how important it is. It's everything. You need that, especially when you're growing up. Like, you know, for the parents who are listening, I just want to applaud you. I know you're a parent yourself. I want to applaud you because we need you. We need our parents. And so for me, it's like, you know, your support system can come in many different shapes and sizes, but, you know, for me it was most frequently my parents, right? Just being there to encourage me and to assure me and to tell me that they love me and that I'm beautiful and that I'm enough. Even when I would just brush it off or be like, oh, there's being parents, like, you hear those things and you remember it.
That's right.
Right? So you need that community. You need people who are going to tell you the truth about yourself. You need to hear the voice of truth, because oftentimes you're hearing voices that are not actually true. But those voices that are loving you and that are encouraging you and that are directing you and guiding you, we need those voices. And so I cannot emphasize enough how important that community is, how important it is to have friends who are going in the right direction with you, who are like-minded, how important it is to have people who are guiding you. And also for the teenagers who are listening to this, it's important to have people who you listen to, right?
Oh, wait, hold on a second. Okay, can you? Okay. Say that one more time.
It's important. Teenagers, I know we don't always like it, right? You know, I guess I'm not teenager anymore, but I know when I was there too, it's like you don't always like it. You know, your parents are telling you what to do, but we need them. We need people who are going to guide us and shape us. You know, and because I think I had that is why I got through the teenage years very well, why I feel confident, I feel secure in who I am, right? So,
well, why? She does not have 2-inch lashes on, and it's okay. My daughters wear lashes. It's okay. But what I'm saying, and not to say that they feel less because they do, but what I'm saying is that it is when you are on social media and you are seeing that everyone, that's what they're wearing. And so I see the difference of you not being on social media. You know, because you're not following the trend. That's the trend. You're not following that.
Definitely.
How beautiful.
Thank you. And I also want to emphasize that it's important that you grow that inner confidence and inner strength, because I'll add that even when you're off social media, there are still forces around you. You still go to school, you still hear people talking, right? And so it's important that, you know, when you're on social media, don't let those things bother you, but then also just in your day-to-day life, still don't compare yourself to people, still don't look at people and try to be like them, like be yourself, become people and who your authenticity is, right? And be proud of that, because your differences are your powers.
And it is. Being different, being okay with being different.
Absolutely. But it's hard. It's really hard to be okay, especially when you're young and you're trying to, you know, you want to fit in, right?
That's right.
It can be hard to accept that, but I want to encourage whoever's listening to this today that your differences are your powers. Hold on to those things. They will open doors for you and make a way for you. Stay true to who you are. Don't change for anyone.
Okay, so at what point did you say, okay, you know what, I have some information to share? At what point did you say, okay, you know what, I'm seeing this out here in the community and I want to be impactful and make a change?
Definitely. So I think I've been mentoring, you know, younger people throughout high school, throughout, you know, college. But during COVID, I started writing the book my freshman year of college in the spring semester.
Okay.
And so that's when I think I felt like, because I'd been talking to girls and I realized that there really was a void of voices who were empowering the teenagers. Like, there were so many people like, trying to be trendsetters and speaking up, but there weren't very many people who were encouraging girls to be themselves and to love themselves and to know who they are and show the world who they are. And so when I was talking to the girls and they were asking me questions and I noticed that, I was like, you know what? I had a little bit of time and I've had some experiences, like let me do whatever I can to make a difference, right? And so it was around that age, I was 19 when I started writing the book. The book came out when I was 20, and so it was that period of time when I was like, okay, I think I'm gonna do something and just, why not,
That's right.
help someone, hopefully.
That's right. I mean, very selfless. Because again, we're not thinking about how can we add value to someone else.
Right.
Or how to be impactful to others. You saw where there's a need out here to help individuals, young girls especially. Right. Because again, I see what my generation we did not have that. A lot of us didn't. Right. And I in the salon, when I have individuals that sit in my chair, I'm just like, okay, this is the time, like you said, where we can mentor and share. And so just in taking the time out to come out here today, to be on this platform to make sure that, millions of people out here can hear and understand the impact that social media is making on us. Right. But then also too, the changes as parents, what these young ladies are needing. Right. And then two, how to create that support system. So now for the parent where communication is an issue between the child and the parent, then how can they start that conversation? How can they start, to create that support system? What can they do? Yeah, and so I'll preface by saying, I'm 21, I'm not a parent yet, and so I appreciate my parents and I appreciate all the parents out there. I think one thing that I've seen that was helpful for me, growing up under my parents' tutelage was love. And it can't be stated enough, but I think the really important thing is to make sure that everything that you're doing and what you're, coming across to us younger people is that it's coming across with love, and that everything you're saying is coming from the perspective of love. And we know that you love us, right? But sometimes it's hard to accept that, right? So whatever, I think that's where to start from, is to start from to show us how much you love us and to tell us how much you love us. And from there, things work. With patience, with time, with effort, things work. Because as teenagers, we gave our parents a hard time. And teenagers just do that, right? I'm like, man, how was I so difficult? It's like, teenagers just do that. Everything you want to argue, whatever, right? But when your parents love you, when they come at you with this perspective of love and everything is rooted in that love and it's clear, it's hard to resist that, right? It's hard to not listen to that. It's hard to not appreciate that. And it's also something that sticks with you, because even now, I go to school in New Jersey, my parents are in Georgia, whenever I'm gone, and maybe I'm having a bad day, I remember the things that they told me. I remember it. Even when I act like I wasn't listening, or even when it seemed like maybe I wasn't paying attention or I didn't hear, it's like, no, I heard you. And it made a difference in me. And it was a foundation in who I am, and it's so rooted in me that whenever I leave, I remember those things. And so I would just say, again, I'm appreciating my parents, I'm appreciating all the parents who are listening, but please be encouraged. We hear you and we appreciate it, even if we don't always say it, right? But that love and sticking with us and always being there for us and always telling us the things that we need to hear even when we don't want to hear it, it makes a big difference years later too. No, that part. And you said something else there, to have patience and time. Because again, you're speaking to your child, they're listening, they may not show you, because you're saying something that they totally may not agree with. Right. So, but it's okay. Lead with love. Right. Okay, lead with love. Yeah. And again, and love is gonna trump all of that, even when it comes to the mental health. Yeah. And again, when you overpower with love, then that darkness has no place to rest. Definitely. Okay? Definitely. Has no place to rest. Yeah. And so now, for our individuals that's going to run out there and get this book, Smile Big Sis. Okay? So now, where can individuals go in order
It's available most places where books are sold. Amazon, Barnes and Noble, Books A Million, Apple Books, Kobo. It's really out there. You can order online. It can come right to your door. You can do the ebook. So yes, please get a copy and be blessed.
Every household, if you have a daughter there, her friends, everyone in her circle should be. This during the summer, spring break, fall break. Some of that has already passed now, but there's never the winter break. Yeah. Okay, it's coming up. They should be reading this book. It should be a conversation piece.
Yeah.
Okay, because you can definitely get together, do fireside chats.
Yeah.
This right here should definitely be a discussion. Again, get with your daughters, their friends, community, sit down, have this discussion, because again, this right here is what's going to help impact these girls when it comes to their mental health, some of the things that they're struggling with, body shaming, all of that, support systems, all of that, the importance, some of the things that we have been telling them is in this book. But when they hear it from someone else, it's like, it means something different. So with that being said, okay, in all seriousness, you guys do need to understand how important this is right now, because again, there's a battle going on, and again, this is the reason why the platform is here. That's the reason why we bring individuals such as Ms. Ebun Ajayi on the platform to discuss. We wanted to create an impact, lead with love, and make sure that you guys understand in truth the value of what you can get here when you plug in. And so again, Miss Ebun, I thank you in all sincerity and for your time and coming out here and sharing, for you taking the time out and writing this book. You make us proud. You do great things out here in this community with your culture. Continue to be impactful, continue to mentor, and thank you, and continue to pass the torch, to others. And so that way, a great influencer you are, and so very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you all for listening. I'm so happy to have been here and so happy to have had the opportunity to do this. I hope that it's helpful to someone out there.
It is. It is. Parents, we're listening, okay? and so now, where can they follow you at?
So I guess the easiest way is Instagram. You can find me on Instagram at l.ebunajai. Again, same as my name over here, it's l.ebunajai. Please reach out to me, send me a message. I'd love to connect. If you have questions about the book, or just feel free to share your thoughts on it too. I'd love to hear from you. That's again, Instagram at l.ebunajai.
Okay, and then also too, we know that we have other entrepreneurs and other women empowering girls empowering groups. Also too, contact Ebun, great speaker. She needs to be on your platform, and so I'm so very proud. Can you also give them your email address?
Yeah. Right now you can find me at real.ebunajai@gmail.com.
Okay, and we will also too have her information in the caption as well. Again, my name is Morella Kane. This is the Hair Debate Debaters. Thank you guys so much. Definitely share with your friends and family, and let's get this information out here. Okay, this is the Hair Debate, the platform where we come to debate, debunk, and discover all things hair.